نهجي فكر المرتضى سيف على الجهل انتضى في النهج فكر المرتضى سيف على الجهل انتضى نور الهدى قد أومضى لم يحويه رحب الفضاء نعم الأثر يروي السير فيه العبر على ضفاف نهج البلاغة.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ولعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد. Our 7th session of Nehjul Balagha, Kalimat al-Qisar. Alhamdulillah, I got an opportunity to come in front of you people and talk something about Ali ibn Abi Talib and his words and his lectures and his sermons and his sayings and quotations. In the 7th session of Nehjul Balagha, Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi, he advises 3 very important things. In his 7th quotation, he says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Man radiya an nafsihi kathura as-sakhitu alayhi, والصدقة دواء منجح وأعمال العباد في عاجلهم نصب عيونهم في آجلهم. We'll go sentence by sentence. In the first sentence of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, is talking regarding self-admiring. Or you say, he's talking about those people who self-admire themselves, who admire themselves. And unfortunately, we see this thing in our community and in our society that people self-admire them. The translation of the first great sentence is, he say, a conceited and self-admiring person is disliked by others. Second sentence, he say, وَالصَّدَقَةُ دَوَاءٌ مُنْجِحٌ. He's talking about sadaqah. Imam says charity and alms, sadaqah, are the best remedy and treatment for calamities, or you say illness, or you say ailments. Sadaqah. Third thing Imam says, وَأَعْمَالُ الْعِبَادِ فِي عَاجِلِهِمْ نُصْبُ عَيُونِهِمْ فِي آجِلِهِمْ. Imam says one has to account in the next world for the deeds that he has done in this world. Like Imam wanna say the person who do deeds in this world, they will inshallah see the aqab or the jaza in the next world, in the hereafter, in the qiyamah, or in the day of judgment. Amma ba'ad, the first sentence, where Imam is talking about self-admiring. Look, if a person starts self-admiring himself, so the commentary I was going through from Shaheed Mutahhari rahmatullahi alayhi, it's a very good commentary, and he says that the part of that commentary, I translated it. Look, Imam says, Shaheed Mutahhari says that Imam describes here the consequences and the effects of those who self-admire themselves. He says that this self-admiring, look, Allahu Akbar, human psychology again. If a person self-admire, so what happened? People start hating him. The only one who can self-admire is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because He's Khaliq. He's the creator. He can self-admire. But if you have a position, like I'm talking about me, myself, I have a position in society. For example, I'm a doctor. and I start self-admiring myself. Okay, I'm a doctor and all you people are jahil. You're arrogant people. This thing is, you are a doctor. No, that's not an issue. But you being a doctor and self-admiring yourself, what happens? What happens? People start hating you. The first thing. Shaykh Nutari, he says that the man who demonstrates his greatness by every pretext in order to make himself conspicuous is never regarded with esteem and respect. I think I don't need to define it. It's everything is, واضح بعد. People hate him or her. Why? Because of his mental condition. Now this self-admiring it reminds me a great hadith. The hadith is from Imam Hadi salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Look, the question comes again. What happens if a person starts self-admiring? What happens? If a person starts admiring himself, it will be the obstacle for three things. Imam Hadi says, the hadith is this: Al-ujbu sarifun an talabil ilmi awwal, da'in ila ghamti wal jahli. Three things. Say Sheikh. There are three things that when a person starts self-admiring, it will be the obstacles for three things. First, Imam says, self-admire is an obstacle of obtaining knowledge. First thing. Second thing, it diverts man toward ignorance and humiliation. Three things. How? It's very well there. For an example, I start self-admiring. If you self-admire yourself, you know what happens? If you self-admire yourself, you feel and you think that you are a knowledgeable personality in this world. And if a person thinks he's a knowledgeable personality, trust me, after this, he won't gain knowledge. Why? Allahu Akbar, my Ustad, when I was back in Qum, say Sheikh, I was in the Qum and my Ustad said me a very good thing. He said, look, when you come to the class, he was telling to everybody, when you come to the class and sit down in front of your teacher or sir, do understand, feel that you are a jahil person. Think that you know and you don't know anything. You know nothing. Why? Because when you feel yourself that you know nothing, then you start gaining knowledge. But once you feel that I am the person who is knowledgeable, I have the knowledge like anything in my heart, so you can't gain knowledge. Why? Because you feel you think that you are knowledgeable before. First thing. Second, it diverts you to ignorance. It's rather too. I don't need to define it. A person thinks a person starts self-admiring himself. What happens? Now he's not concentrated to the aib and defects he has in heart and ruh, in his soul. Though he get ignorant. Third thing, humiliation. Come on, man. I started to self-admiring myself. What happened? Tomorrow a guy came to me and says to me, you say you're this and this, brother, you have this defect and this defect and this defect, and then you're being humiliated by anybody. So this is what Imam talking, the first sentence. Second sentence, Imam is talking regarding sadaqah. Unfortunately, in this era and in the West I'm talking about, people say, why don't we need to give sadaqah? We don't need to give sadaqah and all. Come on. Who says all these things? I hear it from my friends and all who are back in America, or you can say back in Europe. They have no aqidah on sadaqah. I'm saying all this thing to me myself. Again, my Ustad, and back to Qum again, he says me a very good thing. He was telling a story, and then he said that try to give sadaqah every day. 50 cents if you can. I'm not asking you to give sadaqah $50 at one time. No. Give sadaqah $1 every day. 50 cents every day. What happens? Or people who are here in Najaf, Ya Allah, give ruba, give 250 dinar. It's nothing. Every day. But the thing is, it should be given every day. And what happens if you give the sadaqah behalf of Imam Zamana? Behalf of Imam Mahdi, Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. What happens? Allahu Akbar. Let me recite the great hadith about the sadaqah, and then I will come to the things. Imam said, this hadith is from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Look, the hadith say, as-sadaqatu dawa'un munjih. Charity and alms are the best remedy for what? For illness and for calamities. And here is what Rasulullah saying, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. He says, cure your sick with charity. Cure your sick with charity. Why? For example, why? Because when I give charity, a person do dua for me. He do supplications for me from his bottom of his heart. And Allah listens to his dua. And if Allah listens to his dua, Allah have his special view and special eyes on me. And he cure every sickness, ruhan aw jisman. The sickness which is in my ruh, in my soul, he cures it. He cures it up. And the sickness which is in my heart and in my body, he cures it up. But what if you give sadaqah behalf of Imam Zamana, Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif? You know how gharib our Imam is. You know, look, Muharram is going on. How gharib Mahdi is. Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. We are here, we do majlis in this COVID-19, but at least we have 2 to 3 people. We do majlis, we read musibah. After majlis, you see, we start consoling each other. But what are you thinking about Imam Zamana? Imam Zamana is the Imam. One of the great alim, he says, Imam Zamana is one who recites himself, who listens the musibah himself, who beat his chest himself, and he's alone, he's gharib. Till now, I don't understand how my Imam is. How many times we sit down and we think about our Imam? How many times we sit down and we talk with our Imam? How many times we give sadaqah behalf of our Imam? You know, hadith says that it heals up your calamities. This Muharram, where Imam is mourning, he's upset, he's sad because of Imam Hussein, the musibah of Imam Hussein. He's crying on the musibah of Imam Hussein. And how many times we thought to give sadaqah behalf of our Imam? That, Ya Imam Zamana, this is our consoling, this is our manner of consoling to you. Think about this, my brothers and sisters. Third sentence, and then I gotta finish. Imam says, وَأَعْمَالُ الْعِبَادِ فِي عَاجِلِهِمْ نَصْبُ أَعْيُونِهِمْ فِي آجِلِهِمْ. One who has to account in the next world for the deeds that he has done in this world. Let me recite a great hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, which is, Allahu Akbar, listen it. أول ما يوزع في الميزان العبد يوم القيامة حسن خلقه. Rasulullah says the first thing that will be weighed on the day of judgment is the good morals and the ethics of the ibad, servants. Think about it. What is the connection? You do a good deed because of the material element on our eyes, or the curtain of material. We can't see, we can't think about the hereafter. We can't see. We can think, but we can't see hereafter. The good deeds we are doing, we can't see the ajra of the deeds. Or the bad deeds we are doing, we can't see the aqab of the deeds. But trust me, I'm talking all these things to me. I'm saying all these things to me. Trust me, when you will see Yawm al-Qiyamah, Yawm al-Hasra. At that time you will see that what were you doing here and what you have to see hereafter. When this veil will be lifted, and when the haqiqah, realities, facts will come in front of you, after that we will understand that what were we doing back to dunya. Let me say one hadith and then let me finish. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, he says that everyone in this world are sleeping. We are sleeping, my brothers. When we will die, we will wake up. What do Imam mean we are sleeping? We are sleeping in this manner that we don't know what's going on. We don't know that malaika, angels who are sitting here, what they are doing. But trust me, when we will die, we will wake up. We will get to know things. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, may Allah increase our knowledge and ma'rifah an Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam with the amal as-salih. وآخر الدعوان الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.
شكرا يا ربي شكرا هديت قلبي شكرا